So guys, one of the main questions that people have been asking me is exactly how do I get clients? What outreach methods do I do? How do I make them sign the contract on the call? What do the sales calls look like? So in this video, I'm literally going to be going through absolutely everything start to finish from my complete acquisition process. I'm going to also be sharing a very, very untapped method that I personally use to get clients, which has worked very, very well for me recently. I've actually signed 3 clients at $3,000 each, literally just from doing this method that I'm going to uncover in this video. So I'm super excited. Let's fucking go. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, so this is the complete client acquisition process from exactly what acquisition channels that we're using to get these clients. Okay, so this video covers the full journey, finding the prospect and all of the outreach. Now, how you show up determines whether they say yes. Like, this is the most important thing that I want to stress to you guys. Most people fail at outreach before they even genuinely say one word to the prospect. You need to understand the positioning about exactly the way you're going to position yourself. Now, most importantly, you are not a startup. You need to position yourself as an established operator that is generating results right now. You cannot position yourself as someone that is trying to break into the space. Hesitation reads as inexperience. Like, they can literally feel this energy off you within the first 10 seconds of your interaction. You choose your clients, right? You're calling to see if they're a good fit. You are not begging for their business, right? You're not like, oh, please take me on. Please pay me $3K to run your ads. Like, if this person isn't a good fit, they're not a good fucking fit. You don't have to work with them. You choose who you work with. Now, they're booking a call with a founder and a rejection is a rep. The call is free value and you need to prepare. You don't want to ring it. You don't want to wing it. These are client red flags. And if you spot these early, don't fucking bother with the client. Now, clients that want guarantees, you can't give a guarantee in certain circumstances. People who are disrespectful on the call. A big thing for me is, like, if I'm on a sales call with someone and like they're like not listening, they're going on their phone, either they're driving. I mean, I would reschedule if they were driving, but you know what I mean? That kind of thing is a big thing for me. Like, you just don't give a fuck. You're not paying attention. If they say they've been burned by loads of agencies, that's a little bit of a red flag, because yes, agencies are bad and they do burn people, of course. But you know, it comes to a point when you're telling me that you've been burned by 5 agencies, it's just like, really? Now, if the offer's bad and it's not a good incentive, it doesn't have reason to buy, you're just not going to get the right amount of leads. Now, cold calling is the main growth engine, okay? So a lot of people are speaking about how cold calling is washed. Yeah, because you're shit at cold calling. Now, $150 a day, you want to go for a 5 to 10% booking rate target. The max booking window that you want to book the sales call in, the discovery call, from that cold call is 48 hours from the time that you've spoken to them on the phone. Now, these are 2 ways that you can enter this cold call, right? What's up, John? How you doing? I help businesses like yours generate more leads. Like, are you running Facebook ads right now? Straight to the fucking point. These people don't want to have a 20-minute conversation with you. They just want to know exactly what you're calling for, because the facts of the matter is they're probably getting a lot of cold calls. Now, opening B is, what's up, John? How's it going? Look, to be transparent, the main reason I'm calling is I work with a lot of car detailers across the UK. All of our current clients are fully booked out. So what I'm asking is, if I send you more work, would you be able to take it on? The framing of this is important. If I send you more work, would you be able to take it on? It's not saying to you, oh, John, I can generate you 50 leads, and then you don't fucking do it, and then John's seething and pissed. It's saying to you, like, look, do you have capacity to take on work? That is qualifying the client as soon as you're on that call with them. That, again, like I said here, this frames you as someone that's offering demand, not selling a service to them. They don't feel sold to. They feel like a problem is being fixed and they feel like they're getting helped. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of objections that you're going to face on these cold calls, right? You're calling someone that does not necessarily want this service. So you're going to have to understand that there's going to be a lot of objections. Here's how to handle the objections that you're going to face within your cold calls. Now, we use a 3-step framework. This is exactly what I teach my students, and this is exactly what I use in my personal agency as well. Now, number 1, you need to agree and understand with what they're saying. So you validate what they say before anything else. Number 2 is you differentiate yourselves from their previous experience before. What makes your delivery different to exactly what they've tried before, and why? Now, number 3 is you need to remove that risk. The lower the risk, the more likely the client is, well, the prospect is, to say yes. Now, these are some objections that you may face while you're doing cold calls and how to respond to them. Now, we already have an agency. You want to probe them on how are the results. If they're genuinely having a good time with their agency, they're getting good results, you don't need to pitch to them because there's no point. But you need to get them to admit that their quality of lead is low or the close rate is low, so you can understand how you can help them instead. Now, a big objection that I actually see all the fucking time is we've tried ads before and it didn't work. Look, John, 100% understand most agencies overcharge and deliver. Now, I'm so confident in the service that we offer that I'm willing to work for 14 days for free. You will only pay if you're happy with the results. This is reframing the past failure that they've had with ads, but it's removing the risk of them trying again with your agency. Fully booked, right? A lot of people love to chat shit on the phone and say, we're fully booked, we're fully booked. Okay, John, are you fully booked year round, or is that right now? If it's temporary, you want to ask them, when does the diary open? I will follow up with them when the diary is open, and you need to understand that a lot of the time when they are saying they're fully booked, it's chatting shit. Don't need this. Yeah. Again, they're chatting shit. If we were generating you 50 extra jobs a month consistently, would that change things? Yeah, of course it would, because they want the money. Like, do you know what I mean? Probe for the real objection underneath. Don't need this is kind of like, there's something hiding behind this. Now, after every objection, you want to loop back to the booking. So you want to handle the objection, acknowledge their response, and then go straight back to, look, with that in mind, I'd love to jump on a call with you, run you through all of our systems. You can ask me any questions you need. We can go through case studies, etc., and show you exactly how we do this for your business specifically. Now, this is a big thing that I want to stress to you guys. Voice notes are absolutely imperative. Voice notes, when we're doing Instagram DMs, differentiate you so much from someone who's just mass sending a copy and paste message. Now, businesses almost never receive video DMs like Loom, or they never really receive voice notes, right? You want to do 50 to 80 DMs per day max. I would probably say sitting around the 75 mark per day would be good. You do not want to use copy and paste scripts, and you want every message 100% personalized. Now, to seed your algorithm, which means that obviously when you scroll on the For You page, you've got a lot of businesses coming up. You need to spend 3 to 4 days engaging with service businesses before you send a DM. Like, comment, follow, etc., and engage genuinely. And your Explore page will become a prospecting tool where you can just search through for different types of clients. You want to prioritize doing voice notes over text. When someone gets a voice note, they have to press play to hear it. Like, they can't skim past it like text. Your message is getting heard. It also shows that you're a real person. It also shows that you're confident in what it is that you can offer. You never want to copy and paste. Absolutely fucking not. You get fucking restricted. It's a fucking, you know what I mean? I get pitched all the time in my DMs, and I just want to throw my phone into the fucking walls every time I see the same pitch. Now, Claude will help you color code the pipeline. Now, the main thing is, when we're doing Instagram outreach, before you DM anyone, your account needs to look real and genuine. Show that you're a real person. Lifestyle, working shots, proof of concept. You don't have to be overly corporate, but you don't want to have an account with no profile picture and 50 followers. Now, with regards to SMS blast, I feel like this is a good option. Again, of course, they are cold, but this is a very good option to sign clients from. So you want to do 150 to 250 sends per day. Your target reply rate would be about 3 to 6%. You want to do 300 sends before judging, and a 20% would be better, clear winner. Now, the angles to test would be cost leak. Okay, so did you know most HVAC companies lose 40% of their leads because they have no fucking follow-up system? Okay, we fixed that with Facebook ads, and we bring in pre-qualified leads. Worth a quick chat. We then have the competitor. We then have the speed and the result, okay? But here are the metrics that you need to understand while you're running SMS outreach. Reply rate is the angle getting a response at all. If the reply rate is below 3% after 300 sends, you want to kill the angle and do a new one. Conversion rate is our replies turning into conversations. Call rate is the metric that actually matters. Above 1% booking rate on 250 a day. You want to have 2 to 3 calls per day booked from SMS alone. And the winner margin is how much better is the winning angle. So 20+% better on a reply or booking is a clear winner, and you want to scale that. Now, this is literally what I did. Now, I signed 3 separate $3,000 a month clients by showing up in person. Now, this is the channel of outreach that nobody is speaking about in this space. Now, you walk into a business and you leave with a discovery call booked, right? You want to speak to the front desk, want to speak to the owner, and you want to have a chat with them. So basically what I did was I walked into these businesses and I had a genuine face-to-face conversation with the owner. They're way less likely to shut you down, obviously, because you're in person. Like, let's say, for example, you can ignore my DMs, you can put the phone down on me on a cold call, but when I'm in face-to-face with you, you're not going to ignore me in the same way. And this allowed me to run them through exactly what I did for them, run them through what I've done for other clients, and be able to explain myself in a way where I'm confident, I have good conviction, and they can see that I'm a real person. So the trust with an in real life outreach situation is way, way, way higher than just sending DMs and doing phone calls. Now, these are most important things that you need to have. So before you go in, you want to put their business through Claude. So you want to know their pain points, you want to know if they're running ads, you want to know their Google reviews, you want to know absolutely everything. That way it feels more valuable to them because you've actually put time in and researched them. Now, on the spot follow up. If they're interested, book the Calendly call on your phone right there and then, or set a date with them to come back into the business to have this conversation. If they say not right now, leave your card. Obviously have a business card would be super helpful. Get their email and Instagram and follow up the next day with the specific observation that you made. Now, the most money is made in the follow-up, not the first contact, right? Guys, people mistake this all the time. I think they have a business that doesn't reply to them once and they're like, nah, they're not interested. Nah, they don't want it. Nah, they don't care. And they don't follow up with them again. I follow up with businesses so much, and that is literally the reason why I have closed people on the 4th time of having an interaction with them. Now, day 1, you want to send them a personalized voice note. Day 2, you want to send them another bump message. Day 5, you want to do a free value drop. Day 6, you want to do an engagement play. Day 9, you want to do a platform switch. Okay, so you would want to move to a different channel to outreach to them. And day 12, you want to do the last message. Now, you want to use Claude before every outreach and every call. Now, prompt 1, this is for prospect scoring to understand how good they are before you do the outreach. Prompt 2 is a free audit generator. This would be your DM opener. Prompt 3 is a pre-call brief from the night before. And prompt 4 is to do a lost call analysis for every call that you didn't manage to close. Now, if they score above 70, they're worth outreaching. If they score below 50, you want to move on. Now, from booked call to signed contract in 40 minutes. Maximum 40 minutes, you lead the conversation and they think they're getting free value because they are. Now, 2 minutes, you want to greet them, you want to set the frame, you want to do the discovery, you want to ask them the questions that you need to know, you want to present the offer and price, and then you want to close and sign the deal. Now, the 3 question close that we use, which is like the main 3 questions that we ask them, would be, what is your biggest marketing challenge right now? What happens if this isn't fixed in 90 days? If we fix this, what would that actually be worth for you? So they close themselves, but you basically guide them to get that. Now, these are the closing statements that we would use to pretty much sum up the call and then obviously ask them moving forward into signing the contract. Now, what we want to do is we want to sign the contract, we want to have the ads live in literally 48 hours. Any longer than that, they're just not going to be interested. So you want to close the contract on the call. What the contract must cover is exactly here, but the 48-hour onboarding timeline from when you sign your client to when you actually onboard them and have your ads live is exactly what follows. So contract signed, send the onboarding pack, get the Facebook Business Manager access, you want to Claude to generate the fulfillment brief, you want to edit in CapCut, and you want to build the campaign in the Ads Manager, and then hour 48, you want the ads to go live. You want to message the client as soon as the ads are live. Every channel feeds through one pipeline and nothing falls through. So the cold DMs, emails, SMS, etc., whatever you're doing all go into the same CRM. So I personally use Close CRM for my agency. You can use Go High Level, but stage 1 is the cold prospect, stage 2 is contacted, 3 replied, 4 call booked, 5 trial started, and stage 6 is like deal 1, so retainer signed. Now, Claude manages the pipeline from doing the DM pipeline, the close rate dashboard, the stale lead detection, and the weekly outreach summary. So these are the weekly numbers that you need to be aiming for to keep that pipeline full. Now, you need to have cold calling $150 a day, Instagram DMs 50 to 80 per day, SMS blasting 150 to 200 a day each. In real life outreach, you want to do 5 to 10 businesses visited, or you can go to 1 event, let's say, if that is possible where you are. Now, at 20 to 30% close rate on discovery calls, if you're doing 10 calls a week, that means that you're doing 2 to 3 clients every week, which is roughly about 4 to 6K in new monthly recurring revenue every single month. Now, that is all in all pretty much the entire funnel that we have here that goes from my complete client acquisition process, from when someone goes from a stranger to being a paying client of the agency. Now guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm also going to be coming back with way more videos. I'm staying super active. I know I did take a break, but anything you guys want me to cover, let me know. I'm going to make every single video. And of course, I have 1 spot left remaining for my Scale It Academy one-to-one program. Now, this is for people who are looking to scale their agency to $30,000 per month and above. Let's say, for example, if you don't have an agency and you're starting from complete zero, that's fine. Maybe you might have have an agency at 5K, but you're stuck trying to navigate to that 30. But it's an extensive one-to-one. It's not a normal coaching system. This is where I go into your business with you and we basically work alongside each other. Now, given the nature of how intensive it is, of course, I only want to work with people that are a very, very specific fit. Now, the application and information is down below in the description. People are moving country, people have quit their jobs. I flew out to meet my student that had generated $100,000 in a month. He is now generating upwards of $450,000 per month. Now, link is in the description, but more importantly, I've got a lot of videos coming, so stay tuned, guys. And any questions, of course, feel free to DM me on Instagram, guys. I always respond and I'm always happy to help you guys out. But see you in the next one, and let's fucking go.